Three, two, one. So hello everybody on the Lovely One group. I'm here today with one of our Lovely One members and members to the Federation of Small Businesses, Shahab. Shahab, you are a very interesting fellow because you're going to tell everybody, you're going to give us some tips, aren't you, on relieving stress and anxiety through martial arts. So do you want to just tell us a bit about yourself and then give us the good stuff?
Okay, so my name's Shahab. Everyone calls me Shaba. And I own and run the Barnet Combat Academy. We are a mixed martial arts academy in Barnet, and we teach MMA, which is mixed martial arts. We teach Thai boxing, we teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and we have strength and conditioning classes. A full-time gym with a full-time facility, boxing ring, punch bags, matted floors, etc., etc., etc. And we're open to all people, kids, adults, men, women, old, young.
Lovely. Well, I've already booked my shadow boxing class with you, and you're going to give me the details for that. So I'm looking forward to that. And you're local, aren't you? You're in Barnet, next to Sainsbury's and Pure Gym, the roundabout.
Yeah, technically it's East Barnet, and yeah, we're a couple of minutes away from the big Sainsbury's and the Pure Gym in New Barnet.
Brilliant, brilliant. So there's great parking around there as well. So tell us, how is it that why did you get into martial arts? So you've been a martial arts instructor for the last 12 years. You've got your own gym. What made you get into it? What was the motivation behind it?
Originally, so I've been an instructor for 12 years, but I've been practicing Thai boxing for about 20, just more than that actually.
Oh, forgive me. Wow, gosh.
I've been doing it. And I originally started because I've always been into martial arts, always. As a kid, we watched Kung Fu films, you know, the old Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, we watched them all the time at home. And so I've always been into it. So I always wanted to do it. And then I was actually quite overweight as a youngster. That's not true. I've always been quite skinny, but then I had a phase of being overweight and I thought I'd better do something about it. And so a friend of mine said that they were going to a kickboxing class and asked if I wanted to come along. And I said, yeah, sure. So I went along and literally and it wasn't kickboxing, it turned out it was Thai boxing, which is, there is a difference between the two. Thai boxing tends to be a little bit more practical and a bit more, I don't like using the word, but it's true, it's a bit more brutal than kickboxing. Very, very much a sport. Whereas Thai boxing, you use your elbows and knees, and it is a lot more practical in real life. And yeah, I went ahead, and the first class I just fell in. He stopped going after about 3 sessions, and I was just addicted. Absolutely,
you were hooked. Yeah.
I just loved it. I mean, I didn't get into it to fight or anything like that. I literally wanted some exercise. I tried going to the gym, and it just didn't suit me. So boring.
It can be boring, can't it? The gym, yeah. And one of the things that you were telling me was, and we'll get on to some tips, some lovely tips and advice, some practical things that people can do at home, to, like we said, to relieve the stress and the anxiety that people are suffering from. But one of the things that you do is you're keen to teach people, teach, learn, and develop, as opposed to just fighting. And you were saying how it is so important to get the right mental attitude in place. And actually, if you don't have it in place, martial arts can do that for you. Do you want to just talk a little bit about the mental side of martial arts?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so a lot of people go to the gym to lose weight and blah, blah, blah. So the first thing about martial arts is it's such fantastic exercise. You use your body in every conceivable way. You know, people often say, oh, I'm sore in places I didn't even know existed. You use your body in it's so core based, but you use all your little stabilizer muscles and all sorts of things. It's great for your joints, like that. And because it's a martial, because you're learning something, you're learning how to do something, how to throw a punch properly, how to throw an elbow properly, you almost forget that you're exercising. And the exercise becomes secondary to what you're doing. You know, the calorie burn, which is massive. Like, I think on an average hour Thai boxing class, you can burn up to 900 calories.
Wow.
But the thing is, you're not thinking, oh God, I've got another rep. Oh God, I've got to do another, 30 minutes on the treadmill. Wow. I mean, they have screens on treadmills. That's how boring it is.
I know.
Exercise becomes secondary, and you're just so focused on what you're doing, and you're so focused on, learning the art. And again, I mean, it's not, we have fighters in our gym, but they are the very small percentage. The vast majority of people who train with us they do it because it's so much fun and it's such a great alternative to the gym. You get you get the physique, you get the calorie burn, you get the weight loss, you get the sweat.
And the confidence as well. You said you get a huge amount of confidence. Yeah.
So we say, I mean, particularly with our kids, but it's obviously a message we send to our adults as well, is you're not learning this to fight. You're not saying, right, I'm going to come here and learn how to beat people up. That's absolutely the opposite of what we want.
That's the wrong mental attitude.
Yeah, that's the wrong mental attitude. Right. It's about confidence. It's knowing that you can throw a punch.
Yeah.
If necessary. You can kick if necessary. You can knee.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Having that confidence in being able to use your body effectively is usually enough, because as I was saying to you, you emit a certain aura of confidence, and people read that. People can sense that. I have been fight outside of the gym in decades, and I put that down to, well, I'm not.
You don't need to. You don't need to. People find out what you do, and then they obviously don't want to get into an altercation with you. Yeah.
If it comes down to it, if there is an argument or there is a heated exchange, having the confidence in your abilities means that you don't get all aggressive, and you don't
you hold yourself with confidence. You've got a certain stance about you. Honestly,
you hold your head in a certain way, and people see that, and I've had interviews with muggers and criminals and stuff like that, and they say, how do you select your victims? And they've said time and time again, you can tell the person who's going to not put up a fight or not. And and again, we say to all.
I've heard that. Yeah, I used to watch Crime Watch. No, I've heard that. They do. They purposely pick out their victims.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, their head down. They're walking slowly. They're not very confident. I remember growing up. I think I told you the story. I was being bullied at primary school, and my dad did. He pulled me into the kitchen and he said, "No, I'm going to teach you how to throw a good punch, how to throw a right hook, and I've got a couple of really good moves." And I did not need to use those moves. I could have, but I didn't need to. Like you said, I just, the next day when I could hold myself, walked into that playground. I squared up to those little girls and they just ran a mile. They really, really did. And it's held me in good stead. Honestly, ever since. I do walk with a purpose. I do walk, looking about. And if you're coming at me, I'm ready to give you a right hook. Whether it'll do anything or not is another question, but I'm ready to go.
The way it's confidence. It's all about confidence.
It really is,
and I use the analogy of having an alarm on your house. You'll never need it, but knowing it's there means that you can go to work and just be a little bit more calm, because well, I've got an alarm, so if anyone tries to break me, then I'll be okay. It's
Absolutely.
that. And then criminals will see the alarm, they'll see the thing on your wall and be like, oh, you know what? I don't think I'm going to break into it because they've got an alarm. I'll break into one that doesn't have an alarm. And that's the kind of analogy I use. That's what we give. It's not about going in. And again, with the kids particularly, but we do spread this word throughout. It's don't start a fight, but have the ability to finish a fight.
Oh yeah, I'm not advocating anybody goes and learns how to do what you do and goes and squares up to their bullies. I'm not doing. I'm just saying what happened to me.
Ever does. And the more you learn, and the further you go in the progression of learning martial arts, the less you want to fight. It gives you so much more respect for violence. And so I work with a charity called Art Against Knives, and there we do classes every week for them, and they're ex-gang members, and it's specifically knife crime related. So, but we get a lot of gang kids coming in, and the more they train, the more they realize how futile the violence that they take part in on a day-to-day basis is. It's just the more you learn how to fight, the less you actually want to fight, because you don't need. I often say to the kids, listen, you can go out into the street and have a fight and get put in prison.
Yeah.
You can go into the ring and have a fight and get cheered by
Absolutely.
people and even get paid for it. Like,
Yeah.
make your choice. You know, you can learn how to fight, and someone else learns how to fight, and it's fair, and it's an equal contest based on two people who have learned and want to train. Or you can go out and mug an 8-year-old and take his phone off him.
Who's gonna mug an 8-year-old?
You know what I mean? And it's that kind of thing, and it's learning a respect. It's learning a respect for violence. That's what we do, especially with our teams. It's learning to respect violence and not to use it.
Yeah. And this would be a great opportunity now then for you to give us some lovely tips for the lovely One members at home, and FSV members. So what would you advise then? So, you know, there's some practical things that we can do at home to relieve the stress and the anxiety. What would you advise we do?
So, I mean, first and foremost, movement. Movement is medicine. Now, what we do, go out for a walk, go out for a jog, do some squats, do some push-ups, jog on the spot, skip. Like, movement is such a great release of endorphins, but it also releases the stress, just gets it out of your system. There's a reason they say that phrase exists, get it out of your system. It's getting it out, breathe it out, sweat it out, get your bodies moving, and you will invariably feel better, unless you fall over and break your leg or something. But you know, you will invariably feel better. But martial arts specific, so we do classes, online classes. They're open to everybody. They are on our the link to the Zoom class is on our Instagram bio. So Instagram homepage, so it's Barnet at Barnet Combat. On the where it says URL, where you normally put the website, I'll put the link into the Instagram.
And I'll put the link with this post as well. I can put the link there.
That's fine. That's every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. And what we do, it's shadow boxing based. So I'll show you a combo: jab, cross, hook, elbow, for example, and then you will repeat it for a 3-minute round. And I'll have a look and correct. No, keep your hand up there. Oh no, Emma, you're not turning your foot, or you're leaning forwards or whatever. Oh no, Jimmy, you know, stand up taller, get your posture, chin down, blah blah blah. And we'll do sort of like 5 or 6 rounds of various combos: kicks, punches, knees, elbows, defense, offense, and stuff like that. And the beauty is, I mean, I put a recent post up yesterday. I think it was yesterday on our Instagram account. And the beauty is that you can do it. You can do it on your own if you've got a little bit of space. You can do it with a partner, so you can hit them and they can hit you, and you can defend. I've got guys hitting punch bags. I've got mums working with their daughters. I've got siblings working together. Like it, you can adapt it to suit any scenario. And again, it is a fantastic, and it's all instructor led, so you don't need any previous experience. You don't need any skill. You can go as hard or as light or as fast or as slow as your lungs and your fitness allow. If the combos are a little bit hard to remember, then I always advise, look, if it's a 4-hit combo, jab, cross, knee, elbow, and you can't remember all 4, then just do the jab, cross, or just do the jab, knee. It doesn't have to be exactly what I think if you struggle to remember the combos. So with that being said, it really is suitable for everyone, novices, experienced, fighters. And again, I mean, I don't make them too complicated, but if you are a fighter and you are experienced, then there's nothing wrong with working the basics. And I always say that, I myself, I've been doing over 20 years. I spent 3-4 rounds the other day hitting the bag, just doing my left kick, left, just perfecting the balance, perfecting the technique. You can never work the basics enough.
Good for the glutes, I'm guessing. Good for the glutes.
And this is the thing. We get a lot of women come to me.
Wow, I'm just asking for a friend.
But the reason is Thai boxing, specifically Thai boxing, really does work all those muscles that appeal to
those problem areas that ladies have.
That's what it works the core better than anything else. I train personal trainers who come to me to do Thai boxing just for something, partly for something different to do than they normally do, and also because, throughout, they've said, I have never had a core workout like that. doing this and this.
I'm thinking about getting a hula hoop. Core strength is a constant challenge. I walk a lot. I run sometimes. My arms are always very active. It's the core. It is that core strength. And my tummy's very slim because I'm gluten-free and I'm vegan. So it's not a weight thing. It is the strength, building up that strength. Yeah. So a bit of hula hooping and some shadow boxing. Sort me out.
But again, I mean, if you can't do the class or you don't have the time or it doesn't suit you or whatever. Oh, and also you can turn your cameras off. I don't mind, as long as you introduce yourself at the beginning of the class and I see who you are and that you're not in a dungeon or someone dodgy or anything like that. If you're, just introduce yourself at the beginning of the class and then by all means turn your camera off.
Okay, no dungeon dwellers allowed. No tips.
A lot of people are conscious about how they look and being watched. Not that anyone's sitting there watching; they're too busy doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
With me. And the good thing about me being able to see you is I can correct technique and I can correct form and stuff like that. But if you do feel, conscious about it, or if you just, if you just want to come along and watch the first session, then by all means introduce yourself so I don't have some, a random just turning up in the class. And just sit back and watch for 10 minutes and just see if it is something you fancy or not. But that being said, if not, get your partner, get your kids, get someone to just hold a cushion, grab a cushion off the sofa and just punch it for a few minutes. Do rounds, don't just punch it and stop. Time yourself a good minute. Bam, 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 bam. No technique, no anything. Just grab something and hit it and take it in turns. Do 5 minutes, 5 rounds.
That's a fun thing, a stress-free and a fun thing to do. Oh, my son would love to do that with me.
Just hit something.
17. He would love to.
Pure catharsis. And it is a constructive release of not just aggression, because aggression has a negative connotation to the word. It's tension, which everybody has, particularly in the lockdown, particularly just working from home. You really have a good, proper ergonomic chair. So everyone's sitting there on their phones like this for hours on it, sitting on their laptops, shoulders up. That's tight. And again, if you can, and again, it doesn't matter about technique, but set a reminder on your phones every hour for a minute, for 5 minutes, get up, walk around, throw some punches, throw some knees.
Just loosen up, just loosen up.
I have a client, he's one of the top psychiatrists in the country, and every hour for 10 minutes, he's got a full-length mirror in his home office, and he just does a bit of shadow boxing for 10 minutes, goes back, gets on with his work, and then his reminder goes off, gets up, does a bit of shadow boxing in the mirror, watching his hands, all the bits we do. At the moment, we're doing Zoom PTs. So he's got one of them bobs. Do you know that's like a punch?
I've seen them. Yeah, and you get like points or something if you punch him in the right place.
Yeah. So he uses that, and we work his technique, and we
don't really secretly want one. Just no, same friend again, same friend.
Maybe I need to speak to this friend.
No, that's some really, really good tips. Really, really good tips. So thank you for that. And lastly, it's always nice to know a little bit about the man behind the business. So there you are with your lovely gym up there in Barnet near Sainsbury's and Pure Gym. Now, when you're not working and you work a lot, I know you're a real workaholic. What do? You told me you like to travel.
I love traveling. I love experiencing different cultures in the world. I believe that is the best education a human being can have, is to travel and to just see the world. It makes you appreciate other cultures, and it makes you appreciate your own life and your own circumstances a lot more when you see how other people live.
You get some perspective, don't you? You get of your place in the world. People are a bit richer, people are a little bit poorer. You do get some perspective, And what's your favourite place then? Your favourite place to visit?
As funny as it sounds, it's Thailand.
That's a great place. It's a great place. I've been there. And what is it you love about Thailand?
I just love everything about it. The weather, the peace, the tranquility, the people, the kindness of the people. The genuineness of the Thai people. Obviously, Thai boxing, the home of Thai boxing, It's the only holiday you'll ever go on and lose weight, come back looking better than when you left.
That's very true. Actually, I did lose weight when I went to Thailand, and I took my son backpacking. Yeah, I did lose weight. You just embrace. They've got a beautiful balance, haven't they? They just believe that everything should be in balance. Yeah, and you come back and you do. You feel a bit more centered.
And that perspective of people, the Thai people generally are all about what they can offer you rather than what they can take from you, and it's just they're just that's nothing.
That's true. No, that's very, very true. They're very humble, grateful people.
Yeah, they're just so kind and so lovely, and they'll you know, if they've got one loaf of bread, they'll give you half for nothing.
You know what? It's so true. It's so true. I just tell you a really quick funny story before I go. So, you know, when you go to Thailand, everybody, they're all into these fishies. You know, you put your little feet in the fish and stuff like that, right? Now, I've got fish phobia. I'm not having any of that. But I walked past one of these places and it looked like, you know, they were doing beauty treatments. So I said, oh, hello, could you do some waxing for me? And they looked at me really oddly. But they said, okay, come in. Anyway, funny talking. They showed me to a rubber mattress and put a curtain around me. And we're doing some very strange things and we're calling it waxing. I thought maybe I'll just go with it because we're in Thailand, but okay. No, I came out and actually the hotel, I said this to the hotel, I said, can you recommend somewhere? And I told them what happened. They said, yeah, that's not a massage parlor. That's a different kind of place. So these lovely ladies were really kind. Best to give me what I asked for, but it wasn't that sort of place. So yeah, lovely people.
True story. In all the years that I've been going, and I've been going for a decade, about at least a decade,
yeah,
not once have I been offered anything, and I don't know how to take it.
Yeah, it's the kind of vibes you give off, right? It's the kind of vibes.
Yeah, I've never offered anything. Genuinely, honestly, I have massage. I go there and have a massage every day. It's like £6 for a full-time massage. And not once have I ever. I don't know how to take that. I'm going to take that.
Lovely people. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. This has been a lot of fun, a real pleasure to speak to you and to learn a bit more about what you do. And if anybody wants to get hold of you, I will put the link. In the comments. And a very big welcome to the Federation of Small Businesses and to the One Network. Thank you. Have a lovely day, everybody, and bye from me and bye from Cham. Bye-bye.